rising.
Joining us on this edition is broadcast journalist and senior special assistant to the governor on research and documentation, Dr. Essien Ndreso. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mpoto. Nice to be here.
Recently, the state has changed gear from PDP to APC after being in PDP for 26 years.
Yes, that's true. The governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Omo, PhD, has moved from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress, APC, which actually is holding sway in the country as the ruling party. And it was welcomed by the majority of the people of Akwa Ibom State, a decision that now makes Akwa Ibom State to be perfectly in alignment with the government at the center. And so it's a very welcome development, as we can see from the reactions across all strata of the society, in that it has also afforded the state opportunity of having all of its political forces uniting together for a common good, which is the Akwa Ibom project. So now we have a governor who has truly lived up to his promise of uniting Akwa Ibom State, of reconciling all of the diverse interests in Akwa Ibom State.
Okay, so June 21, we're going to welcome in the President of the Federal Republic of
Exactly.
Nigeria.
All roads on June 21 lead to the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, where the President of the country will be on ground fully. His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, will be there with the Senate President, His Excellency Senator Godswill Akpabio, GCON, and together they will receive the governor of Akwa Ibom State officially into the All Progressives Congress. That event will also have the Vice President of the country, Kashim Shettima, GCON, and the National Chairman of the APC, Ganduje, Alhaji Ganduje, who will also be here, an officer of the Federal Republic. They'll all be here to celebrate the development and share excitement.
So, Doctor, why the rally and what should we expect from it?
Well, the rally is a celebration of leadership, celebration of a man of vision, a man of foresight, a man of good thinking, a man who genuinely loves the people, a man of compassion, a multiple award-winning governor who has been celebrated for his deep compassion and the bottom-to-top approach model of leadership, a man whose agenda resonates with every strata of the Akwa Ibom society, and that is Pastor Omo, PhD. He's not someone that will Nicodemously, sneak from one party to the other. He has to do it openly, and he wants everybody to see and celebrate. He wants the entire Akwa Ibom populace to come and witness and also hear for themselves the benefits that come with this historic movement. So it's a time of celebration. It's a renewed hope / arise agenda unification for the development and common good of Akwa Ibom State.
Following this movement, there has been some resignations. Why did you move with the governor?
Well, I moved with the governor because I believe in the governor. I've been there in the trenches with the governor. I share in his vision. I share in his blueprint, the Arise agenda. And I've seen the credible performance recorded under his watch in the last 2 years. I believe that he means well for the people of Akwa Ibom State. Leaving his government at this time would mean that I no longer believe in his capability to bring dividends of democracy to the people of Akwa Ibom State in an unprecedented manner. So I share in his vision and I will continue to support him. So I support the party he has chosen because that is going to be the best for the people of Akwa Ibom State. Yes, before now we were under the People's Democratic Party. Before now we had governors under the People's Democratic Party who performed so well for our people in Akwa Ibom State.
What do you have to say to people who feel betrayed by your move, being that you were once opposing this party?
They shouldn't feel betrayed by, they don't, no, I don't think people will feel betrayed by decision to stick on to the leader that God has given to us. I think for me, what is important is that I have not betrayed my conscience. I have a very deep belief that Pastor Omoino is a leader that God has sent to Akwa Ibom State at a time like this. And he is doing well in uniting the state, ensuring that the peace that we have in the state is taken to a higher altitude. He's doing well to ensure that the less privileged are getting, dividends of democracy. He's doing well to ensure that nobody is left out in the common good of this state. And so my people will not feel that I'm betraying them, because once I was appointed here, I knew that I owe my people the responsibility of ensuring that I support the governor that they elected, that we all elected, and who is transforming this state in an unprecedented manner. And so betrayal would have been for me to now abandon this ship that is coasting, very steadily, dishing out dividends to people across all strata of the society. If I now leave the ship now, but now decide to turn my back, that would now be a betrayal. That is when I will now betray the people of Akwa Ibom. That's when I will now betray people, that I no longer have trust in the governor that they elected and that they are still celebrating and that they are happy with. The governor has seen clearly how we failed in the past. Look at the mini past government of Mr. Do Emmanuel, CON. Look at the massive road projects. Look at the industries that are bringing attraction to Akwa Ibom State. Look at the peace that is instituted in the state as a tangible commodity. All of this were by his singular effort, his creativity. He was able to, there was no part of Akwa Ibom State that you didn't see road projects. Even the local governments like Udonko, like Mikono, like Ini, like Odogonam, like Obodokara, even bridges. In fact, under his watch, for the first time in the history of this state, we had a state governor that will build roads into neighboring states, that like the Ini, a big on the corner of Chuku Road, like the Equatorial Road project. All of those things done purely by his own ingenuity.
Could we now?
So if a governor was doing this, now imagine what will now happen now that the governor of Akwa Ibom State is now connecting Akwa Ibom State with the center. That means that the development that we witness in Akwa Ibom State would now be in the double multiple, would now be in multiple proportion. If we were progressing in arithmetic progression before now, that means that now we are going to go on a geometric progression.
We can say that even if the state was flourishing in the PDP, we will flourish better with the APC.
That is simple. That is sine qua non. Because as we speak right now, you are now going to have, because I remember vividly, there was one project in this state that was done by the municipal governor, Coconut Refinery. And it was built to be commissioned by the vice president of the country, Vice President Yemi Simenjo, during his visit to the state. And that was towards the period of election. Vice President arrived at the state. But the people in the APC in the state went on a serious campaign that the vice president will come and commission a project done by a PDP governor, and that will now diminish the chances of APC in Akwa Ibom State, and that they don't want it to happen. Before you know it, vice president says he's not going to commission the project again. He just went and had meetings with his APC members. That was all. And so, what would have been an opportunity of the federal government coming to collaborate with the state government to ensure that oil factory, the Coconut oil factory, worked in Akwa Ibom State, was diminished. And so the APC in the state saw the PDP soaring, and they felt that any success by the PDP government could mean that, APC would no longer have any way of flourishing in the state. And so you saw that there was this hit. Remember the fact that we have the federal agencies like NDDC that was not able to do projects in Akwa Ibom State because they felt that, coming to do projects in Akwa Ibom State could enhance the chances of the government and all of that. So rather, developments were taken elsewhere while Akwa Ibom State had to survive under the ingenuity and creativity of just the governor. So now the governor of Akwa Ibom State wants a collaborative effort with his citizens, his indigents, who are holding sway in the federal government, which is run by the APC. Akwa Ibom State currently is the highest producer of crude oil in Nigeria. So it contributes more to the federal purse than several other states. And yet it's not benefiting much because of the polarization of the policy along party lines. So this governor wants a situation where there will be an alignment between the state and the federal, where development can now be synergized between the two tiers of government. And that is what we are going to witness right now.
Which is what we should be expecting in the course of this movement.
Obviously.
Doctor, how did your constituents react to your movement?
Well, my constituents are very happy. Don't forget that I come from a community where the vast majority of the oil deposits, the gas deposits in this country, over 40% are reserved. And so, as major producers, they are yearning for attention from government, not just from the state, but from the federal. And so they see it as an opportunity where the federal government can now say that yes, they can now come here and develop this place without any reservation, because this is now an APC enclave. If you have projects, you can cite it freely, and people will, you won't be scared that they could be sabotaged. Because the thing is vice versa. Just like the PDP people will be scared that if APC does things, in the state, they could now enhance the chances of APC. The APC people will also feel that if PDP government in the state is achieving much, it also diminishes their chances. So now we are now going to have that dichotomy broken, and the federal government will come to Eket, where I come from, and start projects. So my people were very happy. My family is happy as well. In fact, I went with my family once this idea was not murdered, and my parents prayed and said, this indeed is the right course. And they encouraged me that, I should keep supporting the governor who is doing so well for the people of Akwa Ibom State. So my constituents are very happy. If you look at my local government chairman, our leaders at respective levels, there's no acrimony by anybody, because people all want the state to remain peaceful. And we see that the governor is charting a good cause.
What ideologies does this movement assure the people of Akwa Ibom?
The ideology is that peace is the best way. Don't forget that even our former governor used to have an adage that money is a coward and doesn't go where it feels unsafe. Once we have peace, once we have unity, once everyone is in harmony, then it will be easy for development to thrive in the society. That's what Governor Omoyeno stands for. That's why we're seeing the things he's doing here currently. Let me also take you to the story of David in the Bible. David was a very, very great king. In fact, not just is he referred to as a man after God's heart, he's also recorded as the greatest king in Israel. It was under his watch that the kingdom of Israel was, the headquarters of the kingdom of Israel was relocated from Samaria to Jerusalem. At that time, it used to be inhabited by the Jebusites. So even though it was within the Israeli territory, because of the high walls, people of Israel could not have access to that place. It was under the watch of David as king that Jerusalem was captured and made the capital of Israel. And he became the king, moving his capital, his throne from Samaria to Jerusalem. He fought so many wars, defeating in all the battles, in all the encounters, he will ask God, should I? And God will say, go, I'm with you. And he won all his battles. But when he handed over to his son, Solomon had been a very intelligent young man, observing all of the things that happened around, saw the issues that arose from the conflict the father used to have with people and so on. And he thought that, well, Even though my father was the greatest king, defeating all of these people, and the army my father used, he handed over to me. You know, David's army was led by his nephew. But when Solomon took over, he said, I'm not going to continue in this way. Let me make peace with all these our rival countries.
So you don't think
Solomon went and made peace with the Philistines, made peace with the Amorites, made peace with the Egyptians, made peace, even marrying their daughters, so that throughout his reign, he didn't experience a single war. The only thing that happened like crisis in his kingdom was when Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, was told by the prophet Ahijah that, he was going to be the next king of Israel. And he thought that that was enough reason for him to go into a coup. And he plotted a coup against Solomon. And he was crushed immediately. And he ran and fled from Israel until Solomon's day when he came back and then became the king. But what I'm trying to tell you that it worked for David. But when someone came in, he said no to war and embraced peace. And so despite the achievement of David, it was Solomon who built the temple. It was Solomon who actually was adjudged as the wisest king in Israel. So here we are seeing a governor who wants peace to thrive in his state. And that is why we are solidly behind him. Don't forget that apart from being the senior special assistant to the governor of Akwa Ibom State on research and documentation, I'm also the dean of the college of the personal aides to the governor of Akwa Ibom State. And so I can tell you for free that all the personal aides to the governor of Akwa Ibom State are solidly behind the governor in this movement. And you see us on Saturday. We come out in our numbers to celebrate our boss and show the entire world that indeed this is a man who is taking a wise decision that is uniting Akwa Ibom State and will make Akwa Ibom State to even move to a higher pedestal of development and attainment.
As much as this movement promises peace, how about the ones that are displeased with the movement?
Well, there's no development that does not have critics. In fact, there are some people that feel that naturally they are supposed to oppose the opposition. There are some people that say they are members of the APC because the state governor was in PDP. And so their duty was to be attacking, opposing every government policy. The governor has joined PDP, and even the APC people are very happy that welcome the governor, and they're even celebrating on Saturday. There are some people that were using the APC as a kind of people to attack the governor that will now say no, they want to go and join another party so they can have another reason to continue to oppose. So obviously people will not, some people will still not be happy. In fact, under the individual differences theory that I'm sure you are aware of, no two people are the same. Even people that are twins, they don't think alike. They don't like the same food. I have two sets of twins. I know what this one's like, and this one's like, even though they were born the same day. So some people will still have their misgivings. But the important thing is the fact that what is happening now is going to bring a general good, is of general good to the people of the state. It doesn't matter the fact that one or two dissenting voices will be remain. Everybody seems happy with the development. At some point, the governor had to say, no, party structure of the PDP, please remain where you are. We don't want to dismantle the entire party structure. Let's still have, because these are structures that are there for the purpose of democracy. If the governor wanted to have a one-party state, you can just say everybody can come. And I can tell that everybody would have come. The governor says, no, there still be checks and balances so that we must practice the true form of democracy in Akwa Ibom State. So the party leadership of the PDP and of other parties are still there in place. And their job is to still do their job as political parties and point out where there are necessary issues they feel should be addressed in society, in the polity.
So this goes to show that these political parties are solidly behind the governor.
Yeah, the APC, where the governor belongs to, is solidly behind the governor. He's very happy, and the people of Akwa Ibom State generally have embraced this movement, and we are just gearing towards Saturday, where the formal celebration will take place. And I hope you have showed your uniform, you showed your beautiful dress, because that day you have people from all walks of life coming to Akwa Ibom State to celebrate. And it would be nice to come out there looking as if you're not very happy, because I know that people in you, you're also happy.
This is a nice place to live here. Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Research and Documentation, Dr. Essien Ndwesu, comes out today and witness the formal reception of His Excellency Pastor Umar Baseeno, PhD, into the All Progressives Congress. This is as much as we can for this edition. I have been your storekeeper for today, Paul Takman. Thanks for watching.